I want a man like this. I want a big, strong, masculine, tough, intimidating, and stoic man. But with me he's actually a giant sweetheart who has no problem being vulnerable and crying in front of me. I want to cultivate a warm, safe environment where he can open up to me about his emotions or problems. If he needs to cry, he can. I like the idea of a man crying in my chest and I run my fingers through his hair and rub his back. And of course I was to be able to cry in front of him and open up to him about my problems or how I'm feeling as well. I think a lot of us want to. But like me and a lot of others, we grew up in a society and/or household that made it feel less masculine. Men don't cry. That's how I always perceived it. I'm pretty sure it's affected me psychologically. But I can assure you I want to cry sometimes. I am like this with my S. Oh, she made a safe place for me to express all my emotions without worrying about being judged. Men like this don't exist anymore. We've learned that being vulnerable in front of women will always lead us to ruin. Never again. Now you want a stoic man with none of the downsides. I mean, why should a man have to only show emotions to you? They do exist. The last time I cried in front of my girl before I dumped her, she shamed me for crying, so no man will ever cry in front on a woman without the fear of being shamed. And if you're for real, HMU, find a guy that has the don't fuck with me look. Went to the school of hard knocks. The world shit on him every step of the way. Be good to him and he'll treat you like a queen. Stay alone, LMAO. Sounds like broken puppy syndrome. You want someone to fix. I have a man like that. I couldn't imagine any other way for him to be. As an added bonus, he loves me even though I'm weird and out there. My boyfriend is like this. I don't understand who hurt you guys this much to think like that. One woman hurts you and you immediately generalize 4 billion women. Insane. I have that and it's wonderful. The biggest cuddlebug I've ever known. He's like a dog, it's so cute. Damn, that actually sounds pretty good, to be honest. And as soon as he tears up, you'll be out the door. And guys want normal women, but we can't get what we want, can we? Literally me in every aspect, but I'm 5'7". So, a masculine man. Wake up, Susie. It's dream. But you can explain all this to your BF. He might pick some from your list. My 2 cents is, go for a kind, respectful and a humble man. You will be happy. But you have to have all these qualities first. This is actually very normal. My boyfriend is like this and we're poly, so. Smiling face with open hands, but seriously. Before I met him, I didn't believe men like this existed. I'm happy to say they do. Keep your standards up and your eyes open. I'm close to what you describe, but I'm now 61 and while I have emotions I don't cry. The typical dumbass description a girl gives when asked what she likes, but come crying when he wasn't what she expected and is now beating on her. And Shush is so surprised that the intimidation thug dude would be like that to her. Tears of joy, 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 like other bro said. Y'all seriously don't know what you want. Just fantasy BS. Women say they want a man who can cry in front of them. But their primal instincts kick in. And it's actually a turn off. You can get someone that is strong and also a gentleman. There are ways to do this. We don't cry. Your first sentence is what we are. All we want is respect, faithfulness and love. The first moment we see an intentional lack of those three, we are gone. You are allowed to do all the crying. Does it matter where I cry from? They exist. Winking face. Never cry or open up to any woman, they will always use it against you and won't respect you anymore. All men know this. I like that ginger wildling from Game of Thrones. I'd take the hound too. But that ginger one is crazy and I love his chaotic energy. Dream on, sister. Lol, tears of joy. Crying is a not-go for me. I had raised not to do so by both parents. I want Thorfinn in my life too. Pensive face. Me too, man. Me too. I want him to look mean as shit. Bald and a beard and heavily tattooed. If not, then just heavily tattooed, that when we have kids, he'll be the biggest hero. It's fun to live in fantasy land. I'm that guy, except I don't have hair and I'm happily married for 20 years. You want Kratos? We do exist. Biceps. I have the hardest time just feeling emotions as a whole. Crying in front of you is a very long shot. You will never find him. As all the men that could become that man next to you will get rejected for not being that man. Good luck with that. I know enough men who've been stung by this fantasy. Some women have. They'd love a man who can open up. But the second we do, your view of us changes. You realize you can't handle the stress of supporting a man who lets the truth of his struggle be known. We get accusations of complaining and being too much. And so, we all end up with the same belief. Being emotional in front of women is social suicide. Why on earth would we believe any different? No. You won't find man like this. It's just propaganda BS. Who needs two pussies in relationship? One is enough. Stop fooling yourself. So you want a sociopath? YRHOES destroyed these men. They're gone. Rolling on the floor laughing. Run my fingers through his hair. Damn. Guess this doesn't apply to me. You been watching some soppy Hollywood rubbish? I see the books, movies and other content that has been consumed has finally ruined you and your expectations. Welcome to the club. Sorry I don't look like a Viking. Literally me. Crying because you're dealing with big emotions is fine. Heartache, disappointment, defeat, trauma, etc. But once I dated a guy who started to well up with tears when I played him a song on the guitar. It wasn't even a sad song. That was too much for me. Other guys have cried in my arms and on my chest and it's been fine because they had real problems. And they're human. A Taylor Swift song on guitar? No thanks. You gotta find the big burly tough man and comfort him and show him it's okay. You're not fixing him, but showing a man what care and compassion is will change a life. Jesus Christ, the shitty comments on this thread. You people must live miserable fucking lives. This is a perfect description of my BF. I'm winning FR. All the men trying to be a victim in this thread, lol. Y'all need to self-reflect and grow TF up. You want a unicorn. You can't have everything at once. I didn't read a thing about respecting you or if he has a job or is working. But he is fat, watches sports like crazy and has a mediocre job because he has studied VHS editing. He still lives with mom and dad. Drives a beat-up car and has nothing on his name. He has a lot to cry about. Still interested. You read a lot of books, don't you? Sounds like me and my partner.